Hey folks, how's it going? This is NEcology. It's a beautiful day in the middle of March in Essex County, Massachusetts. Atlantic Ocean is about maybe 5 or 6 miles over in that direction. But where I am at right now is a yet another pine and oak woodland. Uh, Coastal area, low elevation. Like I said, Atlantic Ocean's only a few miles that way, and actually my place of business is only a few thousand feet that way. But I figured I'd come out and go for a little walk on my lunch break to see what I could see, and I happened to find this little guy right here. And what we are looking at right here is a lycopod, early lineage of vascular plants. So this does have the vascular tissue that you see in ferns and equisetum, and then obviously all of the conifers and flowering plants that's not present in things like mosses and liverworts. And this is a Dendrolycopodium. I'm not really sure on the species. I think this is Dendrolycopodium obscurum. There are three known from the area, two of which look kind of similar, obscurum, and then another one whose name I forget. And then there's a small little one that almost looks like a little miniature tree. But nevertheless, I'm fairly certain that this is in the genus Dendrolycopodium. And I don't really see any other ones around here. Plenty of pine saplings and some other stuff. Oh, there's what looks like a juvenile birch coming up right here, maybe. I don't know what that is. But regardless, this is the only one I really have seen. I saw this guy last week when I came for a walk, but no other ones. Dendrolycopodium, very early branching off lineage of vascular plants, and just a cool little guy doing his thing. When they enter their fertile stage, they get a little club that comes off the tip of these leaves, a little fertile strobilus, hence the common name for a lot of these guys, which are club mosses. Of course, these are not mosses, these are vascular plants. Dendrolycopodium, everybody. I've seen this guy growing everywhere through the woods here. This is a really common one, pretty much widespread throughout the eastern U.S. This is a member of the coffee family, believe it or not, Rubiaceae, and this is Mochella repens, also known as the Partridge Berry. And no berries on this guy right now. I'm not sure if they typically persist the winter, but he's just this little vining plant that kind of hugs the ground. Little bright red berries when they come in, I believe. And again, don't quote me on this because this isn't the channel to come for this information. They are technically edible, but I don't think they taste very good. They won't hurt you, but I don't believe they taste very good. But generally speaking, I'm not offering advice on foraging or anything like that. I do love the lovely sort of venation that these leaves have. I think that's beautiful. Opposite leaves, got stipules there. I can't really tell. I'm looking through the camera. But anyway, little opposite leaved guy here. Bright red berries, little tiny rubiaceous flowers when it does bloom. And it just absolutely is, all over the ground cover here. This is a really, really common plant you'll kind of see everywhere. You come back, later in the fall, it'll have the berries on it, and they must be popular with all the animals here, because I have not seen a single berry on any one of these plants. Moving on. Oh, this is kind of nice. I didn't come down this way earlier this week. They got a little picnic table and a little fireplace down here. I wonder who hangs out in this area. There's some absolutely massive individuals of the species Pinus strobus down here. There's some really big white pines, eastern white pines, kind of all over the place. Hope they're not burning the white pine. That doesn't really burn too good. Yeah, it looks like, in fact, it didn't burn too well there, did it? There's a little creek down over here. Oh, there's a beech tree right there. There's a little creek down over here. We're going to go check that out. We're going to see if we can see anything interesting. All right, I'm down here at the creek now. I'm surprised that I don't see any Symplocarpus, because where I was at, closer to home, inland a little bit north, Symplocarpus was going off absolutely everywhere. However, I don't see any of them here. Part of me wonders if the quality of this water is somewhat brackish given our proximity to the ocean. And I would imagine that maybe the salinity or the mineral content in this water is not suitable for the Symplocarpus, or maybe I don't know, maybe for all I know this could dry up in the summer, but I don't know, because there's a decent amount of water here and there's a pretty good sized wetland up that way, and that is the direction of the ocean. This, if it was coming in, be coming in this way, but I'm not about to reach down and take a sip of this to see if it's salty. What there is plenty of down here, and there's one right at my foot, are plenty of those dried out fertile fronds from a sensitive fern. You know, again, each of these containing spores. The actual plant will resprout from here in the spring, I presume. I'm not a expert on ferns, but yeah, they're absolutely everywhere over here. All sorts of these dried out fertile fern fronds. But you know, I'm not really seeing anything super interesting down here. I was hoping to get another good look at a skunk cabbage, but alas, that does not seem to be the case. So we're going to keep moving on. Hey, look, there's some deer crap. I seen the deer come through here. Oh, there's crap from something else. You get two different strains of fecal matter here. I have no idea what could have laid that. It almost looks like goose poop or something, but that's deer poop. Plenty of deer around here. I see them as I'm leaving work. Oftentimes they hang up with a stoplight. They are certainly around here. Got a nice little stand of beech trees here. The oh geez, I'm gonna completely forget. Whatever. I'll put it down there. The American beech trees, not to be confused with the American chestnut, which has similar looking leaves. We looked at that last week. Comes up with the in this type of setting a lot. Castanea. Yeah, Castanea americana right there. Quite a few of them. There's a pretty decent sized one right there. Obviously kind of dwarfed by some of these massive, you know, white oaks we get. But they definitely get deer here. You can see them from the office windows pretty often. They like to come down here. You can see all like the stuff that they've been gnawing on too. There's like areas where there was some grass that persisted through the winter that they gnawed right down, and they come down right along the bank of this sort of wetland here. You can see all the typhus species, all those cattails. Could be one of a couple of different species. You get, you know, some diversity in Typhaceae, quite a few different genuses, however you want to say it, and with a few species in each. I think you get narrow and broad-leaved cattail, and that's just the dispersing seeds coming off the head, so I have nothing really to go off of. But they definitely do get the deer down here coming down to gnaw on the different plants. Anything that was able to persist through the winter. And we're going to keep going. But I do want to say I am fortunate to be able to come out and walk through, you know, a pretty little tucked away woodland here. This is nice, you know. Again, my office building is only, you know, a couple hundred feet away from here. There's a close-up of that Castanea leaf. American beech tree, close relative of the more or less extinct in the wild American chestnut. You know, in the same family with oaks. You know, just a nice tree. You know, really notable for that extremely smooth gray bark. Very, very, very notable for the extremely smooth gray bark. A pretty much direct, you know, almost opposite to what the pine trees do through here. I got one more thing I think I'll be able to show you, and then I probably gotta go back in and put my nose back to the grindstone, you know. I wonder what that's gonna be. It's spiky. Something spiky. I have no clue what that's going to grow into. We'll come back. Oh, look at that. There's another Dendrolycopodium. I knew that there couldn't just be one of them. Yeah, here we go. Another Dendrolycopodium, the little club moss, hanging out right here at the base of a kind of dead looking tree. I thought probably a pine. Dead one. Yeah, it's all pines. Dendrolycopodium. Love seeing those guys. But we'll see if I can find that one last little plant that I was hoping to show you. And then I think I'm gonna have to head in and put my nose back to the grindstone. You know, you gotta earn your keep, as they say. Is that what they say? Somebody left their cigarettes. Pretty good smoke spot down here. There was a ton of poison ivy coming up when I came down this way too. Maybe we'll see that. But anyway, I'm gonna hurry this along so I can get back inside, get back to work, in quotations. So I couldn't locate the individual of the species I was thinking of trying to find, but what I did find was something interesting, something from the same subfamily as what I was going to show you. The plant I was going to show you, and I'll put a little picture up because I did see it last week, was Chimaphila maculata in the family Ericaceae, specifically the Monotropoideae subfamily, which has a lot of parasitic, semi-parasitic, entirely parasitic plants. And this is the remains of one of those entirely parasitic plants. These is the dried out shoots of what I believe is Monotropa uniflora. Monotropa being an entire genus of entirely parasitic achlorophyllous plants in the blueberry family, believe it or not, and uniflora just being the ones that have the one flower. But I think there's 2 other species in that genre, but they've done a lot of work splitting up that subfamily. A lot of the stuff has been recircumscribed and moved around, but I am about 90% certain this was a Monotropa uniflora. There's a whole bunch of them over there. One of my favorite plants. These bloom pretty late in the summer. I've never seen them really persist like they're doing, in this area. There's some more right there, right there, right there, and right there. But I'll put up the picture of the Chimaphila maculata, which is striped wintergreen. Same subfamily in the Ericaceae, the blueberry family, rhododendron family, but in the Monotropoideae subfamily, a family of mostly parasitic plants. I don't believe that the striped wintergreen is parasitic. Heavily mycorrhizal, heavily associated with fungus in the ground, but I do not know for certain if that particular species is mycoheterotrophic, you would say, or parasitic to anything. I'd have to do more research on that, but we're going to have to wrap it up there because I got to go in for a meeting. Take it easy, folks. We'll see you again soon. Well, it wasn't the individual I had seen a few days ago that had the persistent fruit on there that looked suspiciously like the fruit from that Monotropa that I showed you back there. But this is Chimaphila maculata in the Monotropoideae subfamily of the family Ericaceae, blueberry, heath, rhododendron family. And as you can see, it's got that beautiful sort of variegation to the leaves. Leaves have a little bit of toothing. Obviously, this guy can't be entirely parasitic. Oh, I shouldn't say that. He's presumably not entirely parasitic because obviously he's got those evergreen green leaves which feel pretty leathery, like a lot of ericaceous species do. But that's it for real. I really gotta go. I gotta run inside. Have a good one. I swear to God, the second that I'm on a deadline, I start seeing all this cool stuff. All right, same species, Chimaphila maculata. Those are the fruits, little woody capsules, just like we saw on that Monotropa. Obviously a different form factor to this one. This one's got the green leaves again. All right, I gotta go. Little woody capsules, just like you saw on that other one from the same subfamily of Ericaceae. All right, we're going inside. We're cutting it off there.